What's up?
What's
Your
up, people?
favorite foursome?
It's your boy, Mr. Bootleg Greg, aka Mr. Your mother's favorite son-in-law. And we're here today
to hang out and talk with you. Thank you for being with us, joining. And we have a very special guest here today. We're like, this is so new. We're trying to just get all the special people on, put them on, and like show them what's up. He's an incredible artist, you guys. Let's introduce yourself. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name's Edward Felix. I paint. That's kind of what I do. I've been doing that my whole life. And right now I'm at a point where I'm just kind of trying to focus on that. And I'll see what I can do with that.
Yeah. We're happy that you're here with us. So this is kind of to bring you exposure. Because I feel like people like you already are expressing such true potential that it could very likely inspire other artists to do great things, right? So, is there any like special anything that grabbed you towards art that you were like, I mean, I don't want to go there right now, all serious, but like, was it something that calmed you? Is it something that you were like, no, I just love drawing. I'm into it. Or was it like a mental thing? Is it like a spiritual thing to you? Because you're sheer arts, and you're tapping into something that is clearly picturing itself in your brain, and you're expressing it. Right?
No, yeah. It's definitely evolved for me over the years. I mean, I can give you a long answer on that. But art, it's something that when I started as a kid, it was just like I was just like any other kid, just drawing. Like every kid draws.
Yeah.
And I feel like the difference for I think most people, it comes down to I think like the parents and how they influence the child or
Support.
yeah, or whoever's influencing that child.
Right.
That determines whether that child continues to create or not create.
That's true. Yeah.
And I was fortunate enough to where I showed enough interest in art that I had parents who allowed me to continue creating. And so you look at my drawings as a child and you compare them to other children's drawings, and they look exactly the same. In some cases, like some kids could draw better than me when I was a kid. But then it got to a point where as I got older and kept drawing and drawing, into my teen years, I think as a teenager, that's where you can start to see the difference.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this kid has something going on. And it's funny too, I remember, my mom was always the one to hype me up about my drawings. Like, oh, Eddie's such a talented artist when I was like 9.
Yeah.
And I look at those drawings from when I was like 9, I was like, damn, Mom, you're a fucking liar. These are some regular ass, plain ass kid drawings.
But so a question though. So you think with drawings, with art, you think you can get better? Like, is it a passion why you can draw good, or it's because you practice a lot? You know what I'm saying? Because for me, I can do a little thing.
Yeah.
But I don't think I can get better at it like that. Like some of them drawings I see.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like it's out there. So you think it's the passion behind it, or you think you're so good at it?
It's
because you love doing it.
It's a lot of different things like that. I feel like with art or anything really, when it comes to mastering something, you have to have that passion, but it's like passion and talent only take you so far, and eventually when you do want to achieve those higher levels, that's where work, the discipline, and
you have to kind of push yourself.
Yeah, that's where time invested starts to come in. So it's like the talent and passion is what starts you, but what gets you to, I guess, the ultimate goal of mastering something is the effort that you put in. And so like now, I definitely I'm happy with what I'm able to create, but I, where I envision myself in my skill level and the type of works that I'm able to produce, I feel like I'm so far away from it. And now that's kind of where I'm trying to, I guess, change my thought process and develop a work ethic to where I can start to develop more and start to achieve those, I guess, higher levels of pieces that I know about.
So when you when you draw or paint, what do you focus more on, like people paintings, like scenery, or is it just like a combination of everything?
It kind of depends on what the piece is going to be, who's it for, and like what I want to achieve with it.
What
Like,
do you like doing more?
for me, what I love doing portraits, only because that's a challenge, that's a skill-based challenge. It's not, when you do a portrait, it's actually kind of not that creative,
Yeah.
and it's all about the skill, and that's where I get to, I guess, flex my skill.
Yeah.
But on the flip side of that, I love doing non-realistic pieces that are, verging on abstract and surreal. And when I do pieces like that, that's where I'm like truly expressing myself and,
Yeah.
and trying to say something. And every piece that I do that's more creative, it's like I'm trying to tell a story in that single image. And that's very, I guess, rewarding to myself when I feel like I've accomplished saying something with.
So you think for your art in particular, you can say more when you do more abstract things or more scenery things than you can with actual people.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you do a portrait, it's essentially it's just a picture of somebody. It's
Yeah.
not really sure whatever image that portrait is based off of. You can start the argument as far as like is that art? What is that image expressing? But ultimately, to me, the way I view portraiture, yeah, I mean, it still says something because you're capturing the moment of like someone's life.
Yeah. That's what I was just gonna say too. Like I just feel like a lot of artists. I mean, that's why art is art. You know what I mean? So there's sometimes where people will say capturing the moment of an actual person and what they're doing. Is something. It says a lot.
Yeah.
It has a lot of meaning. So that's why I wanted to know. Does what meant more to you as an artist?
Yeah. Yeah, and like, for myself personally, I think definitely the creative pieces mean better because that's where I'm able to control the narrative more. I feel like say more things that are much more deeply personal than just doing portrait.
Yeah.
I saw there was this, I was still checking you out, on the what other social sites do you have besides Instagram?
So I have YouTube, Instagram, and YouTube are like my two main social sites. I do have a Patreon, but I still haven't developed it much. But yeah, my YouTube is Art Toots. So you just go to YouTube, type in Art Toots.
Art Toots.
Yeah, and it's TOOTS. It's like toot like a fart.
Yeah.
I'm not very mature.
Where can the people reach you at on Instagram?
On Instagram, same name, art.toots.
Okay, cool.
Is my art page.
And yeah, make sure you look out for my boy right here. Matter of fact, you mind telling people like how we met?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so I met Greg when I was working at Home Depot, and Home Depot was actually I think that was my first job after I got out of the Marine Corps, and when I first came home, and yeah, it was just me and Greg working. Were we working in the mornings?
You're working like a 4 a.m. like 4 a.m. It's like some part time shit. 4
Yeah,
a.m. to 8.
some retarded hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some bullshit.
Yeah, just down stocking like all the shows.
And he started like maybe like 2 to 3 days after me or whatever. And we just like clicked this like that or whatever. Faster than any other people that was on the team or whatever. And cause he was like the only like cool Mexican guy that was on the team. The other guys were other races. And you know we developed the whole that's my nigga type shit. You know what I'm saying? Then there was one character that was in our group that was a different, you know, race or whatnot. Then I
He was a
remember,
white gentleman.
then I can remember, we stayed friendly because, like I said, we were just cool with each other like that. Then I remember he was like, oh yeah, you don't get mad when people say that. I was like, something along those lines. And I was like, nah, like, I mean, cause I'm more so paying attention to the content of how it's being said, type shit. And he's like, so you know, like, I forgot exactly what he said.
I think it was because like you and I were cool, and just because I have experience with blacks.
B.
Black.
I don't make a big deal. I respect that word, but I like don't make a big deal about it.
Yeah.
And I certainly don't use it as like in a negative way.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think he heard me comfortably saying it around you, and so then it got like his little like.
Because he already had that approval. We had that approval type shit. You know what I mean? That stamp type shit.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that meme where like the lady's like doing the math, like in front of her head? I think that kid was doing that, and I was like, wait, this guy's saying the N-word. Maybe I can say the N-word.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ended up, when I said it was like, it was more so I'm cool with people that I'm cool with saying it, but I wasn't like tight with him like that. He's one of those annoying co-workers, whatever. But once he figured out I was like cool with it per se, he went in like nigga overload, like.
Oh.
Well, you gave him like a nigga pass, right?
I gave him a nigga pass, but he was like nigga, like every fucking. We just looked at each other like, what the fuck? He had a build up.
He got his nigga pass the same day that I got revoked.
Yes. He said so many niggas and he walked off. I was like, what the fuck? It was like an overload. Like seriously, and I know his name, but I'm not even gonna say it. But yeah, he matter of fact, he looks like what character? It was on King of the Hill. Bobby.
Bobby Hill?
Yeah, he looks like Bobby Hill.
Bobby Hill?
That's all I'm saying. He looks like Bobby Hill. Yeah. And, yeah, I remember that guy. You didn't like him for shit.
I can see him. Well, he's a kid, too.
But, yeah, he's good. Yeah.
So you draw and paint full time?
Yeah, right now that's what I'm doing. And I do photography, too, on the side. Yeah, I take commissions, I do commission work, pretty much anything that people like would want an image of.
So if I want a family portrait then, we can do that?
Yeah, good.
You hear that, people?
We can't sit down for a family portrait.
Well, like that, like nowadays, like I mean, I would just do it from a picture.
Yeah.
We start like actually doing painting from like still like real life. It's more kind of like a classical technique. Yeah, nowadays.
Is your kid sneezing? No more chick music.
So all this the COVID stuff, did it like slow work down for you? Like,
well, when COVID hit, I was actually working doing sales, and that affected that for sure. I was working at Sprint, doing phone sales, and then I transitioned into car sales. So yeah, I mean it had its ups and downs.
So you said you were in the Marine Corps. What'd you do in there?
I got drunk a lot. through the language school, so I learned Arabic.
You're a linguist?
Yeah, I was a linguist. And the school for that was about a year and a half.
Can you still speak it?
Very, very little. Every once in a while, I'll dream in Arabic sometimes, which is weird. Because it like, I subconsciously recall vocabulary that I didn't even know that I remembered. But yeah, basically all my vocabulary.
What were you stationed?
I was in Monterey for most of the time, and then I ended up being, I got out from 29 Palms out in the desert.
That's awesome. So did you serve like one tour? Did you serve many?
No, I never deployed. I did one enlistment, and just the way my career path went, that's how it worked out. And I got in trouble a couple times, so that affected my deployment status. And then that just happens sometimes. There's sometimes where guys will do an enlistment and they don't deploy.
They only pick who they want. Or who they need. That's why you have to have a good job in that.
To not get sent to war.
Oh yeah.
The shittier the job.
Actually, the shittier the job, the better chance you're gonna have to go. To have a better job.
Cool. So, okay, like we're all like really new at this, right? We're trying to have a little career out of it.
Yeah.
So, we have talked about a topic. Our center feature was you. So thank you for letting us like dive into your head a little bit.
Yeah.
But maybe we could approach the topic a little bit.
The one that I was mentioning.
Yeah, we gotta mention that one.
Okay, so I was sitting down thinking like, what can we talk about that people really need to hear? I really feel like, is there like an etiquette when it comes to sex? Like, is there sex etiquette? Like, what do you do to prepare yourself for your partner that you feel like they, like, how do I say this? They would appreciate, like, for you to shower. For you to, like, wash your mouth out first. Like, I mean, what is it? Like, I feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
toothbrush your teeth, babe. Yeah, toothbrush your teeth, baby. It must be my birthday.
like, do you want this is stupid. Like, do you want shaved up, like, before I, come into bed? Or, like, what do you, like, what do you think people expect when it comes to, like, sex etiquette?
I mean,
like,
it all depends on the individual, personally.
I think so, too.
Like, I mean, what do you mean, like, as far as, like,
Well, when you talk about etiquette, right, you're talking about, like, manners. Yeah.
Saying please and thank you.
Yeah,
saying
like, so,
will
like,
you, won't you,
are you, like,
having
crazy? You're, like,
passwords,
fucking throwing people on the bed? Is that, like, good sex etiquette for people? Or,
it
like,
depends.
they want
It all
it.
depends. That shit all depends. It all depends on the person that you're with, and like it really depends on the mood. You can be like, cause it could be a situation where you could be drinking versus being sober. It could be like a whole different situation.
all right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, so say you go out on a date with your partner, right? And you guys decide you want to go dancing. And you've been dancing all night. You're fucking sweaty and all this shit. So when you get home, you don't want to shower. So
You're not going to.
You're like licking each other up, doing all these things, like you're all fucking sweaty and shit. You taste salty. You know what I mean? I mean, so like in that case, you don't do that kind of stuff. So like for me, is there like really somebody out there that's like, oh no, like you got this, like I know we just came back home, but no, you need to get cleaned up first before, because like for me, it's not gonna be that way. We're not gonna be like, oh, let's take a shower. You know what I mean? That's just the way.
If it's like too much, I mean, like we're gonna have to.
Well, baby, you smell like dookie, so. Man, remember that when you farted and you almost, you gonna have to, nah.
When you farted.
Yeah, I know, baby, I know. Check your underwear bag.
But it's different, right? When you're in a couple versus like you're single. Not to put myself out there. I'm married and everything, but like when I was a single cat and I just like did my thing. I remember a terrible experience where I went down and I went right back up because it was just like the worst odor I've ever smelled, and like I knew like, it was little telltale signs. I was like,
Yeah.
she's not too clean.
Yeah.
We ended up being friends, and it
You're
was a
like,
terrible
nah,
experience.
She
Yeah,
all
like
asking for some. She all asking for something for her birthday.
and well, look,
Some of these.
it was a date. It was a date, right? And you would think you freshen up and you
Yeah.
whatever because at the end of the night you might tap.
Yeah.
But that's the rule. Somebody should have threw the etiquette at her.
Right. Like
And
wash your shit.
Same
you know?
thing for guys too. Like
Yeah.
this person will remain nameless, but I've heard some of my girlfriends talk about how their guys member is all full of other things, and it's like they have to go ask them to clean it out before they put it into their stuff, And I'm like, dude, did you not notice that? You neglected that. You know what I mean? It's like, well,
I'm just saying, like, I feel like it was a good topic to bring up just because I just feel there's a lot of people who probably don't have any of those, like, they don't think about that stuff. They're just out there just fucking dirty ass, sweaty, just doing it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, basically, what's your idea of etiquette? We're not saying let us know what you do down to the act, but what do you appreciate
expect?
and what do you expect and what do you
I think a shower.
Shower, exactly.
Not smelling like shit.
Yeah. I mean, but when it like you like women, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just I don't know, but do you expect for them to like be shaved for you? Do you expect not just shower? You know what I mean? Like, do you expect for like?
I don't know. I mean, I don't really care into that.
So you don't care if they're hairy? They can be hairy. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
as long as they're clean.
that doesn't matter. Like I
Yeah.
feel like a child. I mean, not an actual child, but I feel like an adult male with like a child mindset cares if like a woman is shaved. Like,
Yeah.
dude, it's just hair. Get over it. Like,
Yeah.
You're not about like. Yeah, if you're worried about if a girl's shaved, it's like.
you're not worried about the right thing.
Yeah.
Gotta be worried about
There's
the
a lot of
strokes.
other things you should be worried about.
Yeah.
not just hair.
Yeah.
Not just hair.
You are not down with OPP.
Yeah.
It's like a little jungle. Or either way, okay, you're talking etiquette versus hygiene.
Yeah.
It's one thing to clean it up.
Okay,
it's
so
another
like,
thing.
so like,
Is it
etiquette.
okay if I touch you? Do you
Yeah,
tell
can I
me
touch
all
you
your
here?
wants, tell me all your this,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, like etiquette. I think, I think you should talk to your partner. I think like if something is like being touched and you don't like it, I feel like it's okay to say, you know what, I don't like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, or whatever. But a lot of people, well, I don't know, because I'm not a lot of people, but I feel like people don't like to verbalize.
Yeah,
And they just kind of like, oh, okay, well, they do the do with this person, and then they're like, oh, fuck it, I didn't like it, you know?
Yeah.
And then they don't do it no more. They're like, oh, no, I'm not going to call him, or I'm not going to deal with her, because they don't do it anymore, because they're just like, oh, no, it wasn't right.
Yeah, no, I mean, there definitely has to be communication. But communication doesn't stop at sex. That's communication continues.
Yeah.
Whether it's verbal and obviously physical. I had a girl punch me one time.
Punch you?
Yeah, she like. It wasn't very hard, but I think it was just like a test punch, because she just like. She punched me, and she was all. Yeah,
Her hitting her in self-defense.
Yeah. She got her voice like, she made it kind of a little sultry, and she was like, "Do you like that?" And I was like, I actually paused and took a second to register the process. And I just remember looking up at her, and I'm like, honestly, like, no, Not really. I did not like that.
And that speaks etiquette too. And it's like, and then you can go as far as, you know, kind of like when and wheres and being polite about things, and or like, I think the most thing is like, even it's etiquette if somebody says no, to respect that. Yeah. Like, I'm going to the bathroom and move myself down. Don't rage and go do something crazy. You know.
Like go off with somebody else, or
Yeah.
you know, or whatever. Just
Yeah, I mean,
that.
that's just the mark of a.
I think that's when you're in a relationship. That's how you would handle it.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like when you're single and you're not committed to anybody, you're like fuck that, I'm gonna go somewhere else. I'm gonna go over here.
Yeah.
You know, but when you're like committed to somebody, I feel like if your partner just does not like something and you want to try it, I think. But in saying that, I think it's important that like you try to experience things together. You know, even if you feel like you're not gonna like it,
Right.
but you know that your partner probably really is gonna like it.
Right.
You know, I feel like you should explore that with your partner, because I feel like that's why people cheat. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh shit, they're not gonna do it with me, so I'm gonna go find somebody else to do it with me. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So, like, for me, like, I feel like that's really important in a relationship, that you should be, like, able to do all kinds of things.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's true.
I don't say limited.
Yeah.
So.
No, you're right. I feel like open it up and talk to your partner about, you know, their likes. Like get all the into it. Like, do you like this?
Yeah.
Do you like this? Do you like that? Do you like be whispered soft nothings? Do you like dirty stuff?
Do you like to be slapped around? I mean, you know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know, like soft up. Do you want to be soft up or what?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I just feel like, yeah, I think that's important, and I think that's an important thing to
Yeah.
establish when you're talking and
Yeah.
you're dating, before you commit yourself to somebody. You say, oh yeah, I'm gonna be in a relationship with this person. You know what I mean? And then you guys actually get in that relationship, and you're like, fuck, that's not,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Like, nah, I don't know. Like, it's not gonna work for me. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's important.
Yeah.
You know, stay open and stay communicated, stay clean.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Be honest about
Be
stuff.
honest. Yeah,
like,
be
if you got
honest.
STD, be upfront. That's
Yeah,
etiquette.
yeah,
Tell
like,
people,
yeah,
be real.
definitely.
Don't just be like, I'm allergic to rubber or latex. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like if you got herpes, say you
be
got
nice.
herpes.
If your shit stinks, just say your shit stinks. Because.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's true though. You don't want. I mean, that's embarrassing for you too. As like, say your stuff down there does not smell right or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then somebody goes down there. That has to be embarrassing to the person themselves. Like,
Seriously.
oh shit, you know that.
I got a story, but I ain't tell it to the camera. One of these days I may tell this story, but I'm not gonna tell it to you guys. But one of these days.
Yeah, so I feel like that's like important.
Yeah, wash your ass. Hygiene is a must.
And if you're not committed to one person, use a fucking condom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, because otherwise, he's out here just passing juices everywhere.
Well, that's true. I mean, the most important part, you have to remember, like, I'm going to try to find good lighting so we can keep it on for a little bit. Even if I have to stand here.
So bear with us, folks.
Production is at work.
I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Y'all
right
can keep
now.
talking about etiquette.
Matter of fact.
So do you have any experiences, Bray, like from yourself or from a partner, like that they've done to you that you don't like?
Partner, no. But more so, like, you know, like I said, we were talking about smell. And, yeah, yeah, I don't want to get too deep into the story, but, ladies, you know, just wash yourself, because if it's to the point to where all you have to do is take off your shorts and you open your legs and you can smell up the whole fucking, you know, little area, to the point to where, you know, you gotta crack windows said, I'll tell them the story, but I'm not gonna get deep into the story. But
Okay, so in that, okay.
You gotta tell this story
When-
because it's important.
Yeah.
When you're in that scenario though, right? You're getting ready to go down there and do your business or whatever. Do you do you tell that person, like, are you straight up, like, you know, because you should be, like, do you tell that person, yo, something just ain't right, I can't do it? Are you straight up, or you just like, you try to play it off, like, do you still do it? Because if you do it, you're fucking
No, I won't do it, but I'll play it off, and I'm like, I'm an asshole,
I've
but
never done this before, so.
I wouldn't say nothing like that. Like I said, it feels like a situation where we're like, just say she gave me head or something, and then she's like, oh, I want to, fuck, and she opened her legs, and it just smelled like, I don't know, some rotten bodies in there or some shit. And it, like I said, it just smelled like bodies, literally bodies. If it was, hurt. Like I said, if it's to the point to where if the only thing you did was just took off your shorts and open your legs and it smelled, and like I said, the underwear wasn't even off yet, that's that.
So how do you handle that situation though?
I'm not touching that.
Right.
So you just tell them, oh, nah, I have to go. Oh, my kids are calling. Hold on, and just out.
Like your phone ain't even ringing.
Like how do you handle that situation?
I'll just say, I just wanted some head, and that's it. I'm good. I don't want we have to stop. I'll make up something like I gotta go to McDonald's. I'm like, but it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Bitch, I gotta go to McDonald's. No, I'm just I can't do it. Personally, like I said, I could be an asshole, but
So you think if you had said something, I mean,
A difference?
Like,
it would have made a difference. Like if I would have said something, either way. But
I mean, because maybe that person could have took care of it, you know, like.
it's too late. It's too late. It's too late. If it's to the point to where you open, like I said, if you open your fucking legs,
Maybe she had an STD.
maybe.
Chlamydia can make you stink.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe you had an STD. Or
I don't know. I
shit.
didn't ask her for doctor records or nothing like that. But I mean, I would.
But why? I
We
think that's
should all-
important. We
yeah,
should
we
all
should.
like be like, well, not us, cause
I didn't.
Well,
I would,
you know, but.
For the
you
record,
should-
I didn't get up in that. Go ahead.
You should all like. I think it should be okay to be like, hey, are you clean? You know, do you have something? But then again,
But
like people
sometimes
aren't
people don't know
people
that.
aren't gonna tell you.
Sometimes they don't know.
Yeah, they be bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
sometimes,
true.
Yeah,
we
sometimes
carry
they
something they
don't
don't know.
know.
Yeah.
They never
So-
even get checked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
So like
So-
for you, how would you handle that situation?
Well, I think that's honestly kind of like a problem with just the modern view on sex and relationships. Which when I was younger, it was certainly different. My own views. Just kind of just going out there, just trying to bump up those numbers,
Yeah.
And as I'm older, I have more of a conservative take on that. And to me, what I've witnessed is that people end up in these types of situations because we're not taking the proper steps in investing in meaningful relationships before we go on that act. And even if you don't have conservative views and you're just free love, all this, when it comes to sex, we just dismiss it and treat it with such little regard.
Yeah.
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 To
And there's
where-
such an emotional attachment, especially when you love somebody.
Yeah.
And you make that commitment to share your body with somebody. It's such an emotional attachment. Like I think for women, it's more of an attachment than for men. But I think for a man, when a man really finds a woman that he really loves, I think when you share that together, that it could be emotional for both of them.
Yeah, no,
Right.
You know?
exactly.
Shoot.
And it's like, if you're just gonna sleep around, go masturbate.
It's safer.
It's safer. It's no different versus when you actually have sex with a partner that you care about. It's a completely different experience, and it eliminates those questions.
And that drama.
Yeah. Does this
know?
person have an STD? At that point, it doesn't become a question because you know that person.
Yeah.
And that's
And you know this person is gonna be is only with you, and you're only with that person. So you have that secure feeling. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
And it's like if some dude complained about getting an STD, it's like, well, you slept with some chick randomly from the bar. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Man?
Yeah.
True.
Even if, go ahead.
You
No,
go.
I was gonna say even if it wasn't random and you know this person, you still don't know who they've been with previously. So.
We're trying to move stuff around just to make it skinny. The sun's going down. It's actually really beautiful.
What's the time limit though?
We're at 36 minutes. Thanks for hanging in there. You watching?
No, because you said last time.
Yeah, that's just 2 of them fucking hours.
Man.
Years to fucking. Remember that, folks.
Yeah, so I think the point is just to be respectful. I feel like when I was younger, I would have said to the person,
Right.
now that I'm older, I don't know, I can't really say because, like, for me, I've been in a committed relationship with someone, and I just feel like, I don't know how I would handle that because I've been in that situation for such a long time. You know what I mean?
Right now, I got to a point where it just, like I said, my views changed, and it's an empty existence.
Yeah.
There's no satisfaction.
Yeah.
There would be times where I would finish with a woman, and I would just want to that's not good.
Yeah.
He just explained it like perfectly. Thing that after, done some things. Like I said, when you're younger, you have a certain kind of mindset.
And I think when you're younger, you don't think about what you want. Like, proper etiquette, like what you feel like you really want. You're just out there, you don't really care. I think it's not until you're older that you start to realize, like, what you start thinking about, like, the things that you want or the things you want your partner to do to you or whatever.
Yeah. Start learning about different things, different fetishes, different shit. Different stuff, like I said, you get older, you mature, you just learn about yourself, you learn about your partner. Y'all just start learning about stuff that y'all didn't even know y'all was fucking into.
Yeah. And keep that shit to yourself.
Yeah.
Don't go sharing that your partner has like the bomb dick or the bomb pussy. Don't
Right.
share it. Just keep it to yourself. Just be like,
Yeah.
my sex life is good. That's all you
Yeah.
need to know.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of people out there, if you say these things to them, they're like, oh shit, I'm gonna go try it. Holler at them, and see if I can get it,
Yeah.
just because. And then
Right.
there you go, ruining your shit.